Welcome everyone and thanks for joining me for episode 5 of my Manchester United career on Football Manager 2019. Today's episode sees us up against Spurs at Wembley in the EFL Cup final. The Carabao Cup, it's the first piece of competitive silverware of the season and we certainly want to win it. We've done well to get to the final with the team that I've been selecting throughout the competition, although saying that, we haven't really had much of a challenge until now against Spurs. So I'm hoping today's episode is going to be a good one. I'm hoping we can walk out of Wembley with our first piece of silverware of the season. We're still in the run for everything else going at the moment. We're still top of the table in the Premier League. We're still in the FA Cup and we're still in the Champions League. And in the last episode we did play the first leg of the knockout stages against Dortmund, which we won 2-0. And since then I've played just the one game off camera, which was the FA Cup 5th round tie against Swansea at Old Trafford. I was really happy about the draw, especially with it being at Old Trafford and our form so far this season. It was a walk in the park. We smashed Swansea 6-1. Shame we couldn't keep that clean sheet for Sergio Romero, but the defence were phenomenal. Swansea only managed 2 shots and only 1 on target, which was of course their consolation goal. But you can see Fellaini, Sanchez, Young, Mason Greenwood all amongst the goal scorers. I'll show you Young's goal actually. It was an absolute belter. As you can see, Swansea City, they played with 5 at the back and they were very compact as well, very difficult to break down, but obviously we did find a way through 6 times in this game. You can see Ashley Young there on the left in bags of space, just brings the ball into the box, hits it and finds the top right hand corner. A beautiful finish. And for Mason Greenwood's goal, the attack starting with Ashley Young, gives it to Sanchez. Young again in so much space. It was criminal defending from Swansea as the majority of balls came from Ashley Young in this game. The majority of attacks as well, and you can see such pinpoint accuracy from Ashley Young to find the jumping head of Mason Greenwood. He's going to be such a dominant force in front of goal in the years to come. The way he just, no nonsense header past the keeper, complaining about his defence, and it's good to get him on the score sheet. Mason Greenwood has such a bright future ahead of him. And we've been drawn against Burnley in the 6th round of the FA Cup, and it's another home tie, so once again I'm feeling confident for that. But we've got to focus now on today's game against Spurs, the Carabao Cup final. They went through Leicester to make it to the final. We went through West Ham, although it's a bit of touch and go for us when West Ham beat us in the first leg of the semi-final. Finished 2-1 there at Old Trafford, so that was disappointing, but we managed to overturn it. Now the last time we played Spurs, wow, it was back in October. So many games have been played since then, but we did beat them at Wembley, finished 3-0. They had Frankie de Jong sent off in this game. It was Romelu Lukaku with 2 goals and Anthony Martial finishing things up in the 90th minute into injury time there. Plenty of chances in front of goal for both sides, and I expect more of the same in today's final. We do have to play them again in the Premier League, but that'll be in April. Let's have a look. They've got quite a lot of players on yellow cards at the moment, close to a 1-match ban maybe. Frankie de Jong, who got sent off in that game earlier this season back in October, is injured and will probably miss the final. They've recently signed Jack Grealish as well. They finally got him from Aston Villa. He's been linked with Spurs so many times in real life, but they've finally got him for 13.5 million in the January window, and he's already made 2 appearances, scored 1 goal, so not too bad of a start for him at Spurs under the management of Mauricio Pochettino. Now Spurs, they've had to play a game midweek in the Champions League and they lost 2-0 to Dynamo Kiev, so they might be hurting from that. But we've got to wait for the inevitable reaction, obviously. But we've had the whole week to prepare for this. We're going to be completely fit for the game, the final, whereas Spurs, they've had to play midweek, so that could work in our favour. I think with it being a final as well, we've got to go for a full strength side. I would like to rest a few key players like Lukaku, because our next game is in just a couple of days time on Wednesday at home to Liverpool in the Premier League, and it's such a big game. As you can see, Liverpool They do have a game over us, but they have closed the gap slightly to just 4 points. We do have that game in hand, of course, but we want to beat Liverpool, pull further away from them, go 7 points clear. It's just what we need, and it's at home as well, so there's no excuse why we can't be beating them. But they do seem to be in good form at the moment. Recently beaten Watford 3-0 there at Anfield. So let's have a look at our team then. Who's available, who we can pick for this EFL Cup final. We'll put Lee Grant on the bench because Sergio Romero is out injured. We want Sanchez. I think I'm going to rest Lukaku for this final. I might put him on the bench, but I'm going to start Sanchez as a striker. I might start Chong actually for Lingard. I don't want to make too many changes though for this final. I think doing that will probably massively put us at risk of losing the final to Spurs, and we can't allow that. It's Tottenham. So I think I'm going to put former Arsenal man Sanchez up top. Jesse Lingard can play on the left, and with him cutting inside and taking long shots, he does like a goal at Wembley. Let's hope he gets another goal in today's final. So we're going to go with a positive mentality. We're going to play with a higher tempo. We're going to shoot on sight instead of working the ball into the box. We're going to regroup when possession has been lost, because Spurs, they are quick on the counter, and we're going to press with more urgency. That is the team then to take on Spurs in the EFL Cup final. David Webb is today's referee. We are considered favourites, 6-4 favourites. We are in excellent form, whereas Spurs have been rather inconsistent. Keeping in mind they did have to play in midweek against Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. I might put Fred, a couple more changes. We might leave Fred out. We'll play him, maybe play him against Liverpool. Valencia, I think, is okay at right back for this game. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get stuck into this final then here at Wembley. Let's go and take it to them. So let's have a look at the Spurs lineup then. As expected, Harry Kane does start as the captain and their top goal scorer. They are going with a 4-2-3-1, quite deep as well. They've got Son and Lucas as the two wingers. Christian Eriksen in the hole. Eric Dyer, Wanyama do starting at the back. Ben Davis, Vertonghen, Alderweireld and Aurier, with Fabricio starting in goal. Hugo Lloris does start on the bench. For Manchester United then, you've already seen the lineup. It's a centre-half pairing of Lindelof and Bailly. Valencia takes the captain's armband, and we got Jesse Lingard, Chong and Sanchez going forward with Fellaini and Pogba in midfield. Here we go then. I do want to play on 3D, but I'm not sure how it's going to come across with the recording. So we're going to go extended highlights. We're going to go 2D classic for now. Replays in 3D. I think on one of our games coming up, I'm just going to go with 3D and see how we get on. What I'm going to do here with Sanchez, just like I've been doing throughout the season, we're going to be having him switch roles. I might have Jesse Lingard switch roles with Chong instead, and just leave Sanchez up top on his own. Lindelof with the header away. Quick start from Spurs then. Just going to change this here to latest event scores, because of course Arsenal are playing against Huddersfield at the same time. We've already had 2 shots here and 1 on target after 4 minutes played. There with the free kick. And Victor Lindelof. Been rock solid for United so far this season. Expect more of the same today. Here's Jesse Lingard. As I said, he does like a goal at Wembley. And he looks like he's out for another here today. I like my 2 wingers to be inside forwards. The right being attack, where they look to pass the ball a bit more and cross it. Whereas on the left side, which Jesse Lingard is playing, he is cutting inside, but he's on the support role, which will see them take long range shots, which Jesse Lingard is very capable of doing. Here is Alderweireld now. That's a good searching ball to find Harry Kane. It's fallen for Son. He's quick down that left side. Lucas Moura making David De Gea work there at the far post from that cross from Son. They're going to be trying to exploit that left side, trying to use that pace. Oh my word, of Son and Harry Kane with another opportunity. David De Gea keeping it all square at the moment. It's a corner for Spurs. Eriksen takes it short to Son. Good block there from Victor Lindelof. Rock solid as always. Serge Aurier. And that's the end of the highlights. So Spurs controlling possession at the moment. We've had more shots, whereas they've been a bit more clinical when it comes to being on target. Just by one though. And we're only just under 15 minutes gone in this final. I'm not too worried at the moment. Here is Paul Pogba, finds Tahith Chong, who switched over to the left, which will find Jesse Lingard is on the right. Fellaini with an absolute thunderous effort goes whizzing past Fabrizio's goal. Eriksen with a free kick here, straight at the wall. Gets another effort on goal and it goes wide this time. It's back and forth at the moment. Seems to be quite an evenly matched game as well so far. See what comes of this highlight. Serge Aurier looking to find Lucas Moura. Comes out of Alderweireld on the ball, having to pass it back to Jan Vertonghen. Antonio Valencia gets to it. Chong looking to switch sides now with Jesse Lingard, and he's failed to recognise that. Chong's going all the way here, I think. Chong crosses the ball in. Wanyama gets in the way. Here's Jesse Lingard. Forces a save from Fabrizio. It's going to be a Manchester United corner, which Sanchez is going to take. It's good effort. It's in for Matic. And it's gone past. And Ben Davies will mop up. I was hoping for a bit more from Matic there. He's got that height advantage over Ben Davies. A bit more physicality as well. Probably didn't want to concede a free kick or anything. Valencia to Bay, done well winning the ball back off Son. He's going to have his work cut out today, Valencia. It's a really good ball to find Lingard there from Paul Pogba. That's through for Sanchez. What an effort. Should really be putting that into the back of the net with his quality. But what an attack from United. What was that? 1-2 touches. Pogba to Lingard. Just cut Spurs' defence well apart. Bit more of that. And we'll be scoring the first goal in no time. As we do approach half time here. It's been quite the final so far, hasn't it? Fabrizio with a goal kick then. For Spurs. Alderweireld to Wanyama, who's dropping deep here. Bit of pressure there. Forcing the mistake. Spurs still on the ball though. Christian Eriksen. What a ball that is to find Son. But his touches let him down. As it's Valencia that picks up the loose ball. Here is Marouane Fellaini now. Paul Pogba feeds it out wide to Jesse Lingard yet again. Lingard now running at Spurs. Hits it! Fabrizio was beaten. But he couldn't beat the post. What a shot from Jesse Lingard. He is in the mood today, isn't he? I think it's going to work out just fine having him play on the left and switching roles with Chong throughout. Here's Ashley Young now with a free kick for United. Swings it in. Fellaini, Chong. Can he get on the score sheet? No, he can't. Ashley Young again. Finds Paul Pogba. Ashley Young looking to whip that into the top right hand corner like he did against Swansea in their last game. But not this time. And that's probably going to be the end of the action for the first half here at Wembley between United and Spurs in the EFL Cup final. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm happy with that first half performance. Matic has been impressive for breaking into the final third. We're going to be assertive here. I want a bit more from the team. I'm far from pleased. And everyone, all but Fellaini, looking fired up. He listened keenly though. At least he was listening. So I think we're going to continue on with the same system. I don't think I need to make any changes at half time. Although Sanchez, I know he doesn't mainly play as a target man. I'm going to put a bit more faith in him and leave him playing there. I mean, he's had a few opportunities on goal in that first half. Might have a bit of luck in the second now as we come forwards. Marouane Fellaini thought he was going to hit it then. Finds Valencia just about. We've won a corner. What's going to come of the corner? Sanchez to take. It's fallen for Eric Bailly. Sanchez again. Back to Eric Bailly. Out wide to Paul Pogba. What's he doing there? Kane wins it back for Spurs and he's on the move. Finds Son, who seems to have switched over to the right side now for Spurs. Eric Dyer. Right wide for Serge Aurier, and that's poor. That is a poor touch from him. You expect a bit more for such a quality full-back. Fabrizio on a 7.1 there, the first player to reach that. And to put a stop to many of our opportunities in front of goal. He's done well to keep it 0-0. Ask our assistant. He's took off pressing Wanyama. I'm not sure why. We'll put that back. Right, so we're coming up to the hour mark. Not much seems to be happening. Wanyama on a yellow card now. Thinking about maybe bringing on Martial, either for Chong or Sanchez. Maybe even Greenwood, although Greenwood hasn't really played in any EFL Cup games this season, and it's quite a big stage for him as well to be introduced to. I know he's good enough, but might backfire. I'm going to push Lingard over onto the right, and I'm going to bring on Martial for Tahith Chong, who's done well, to be fair, with it being a cup final and everything. And I think with Sanchez we're going to switch him with Martial. Martial is more of a striker, and we might get a little bit more out of Sanchez. We might be able to raise that overall rating from 6.4 with him playing out on the left. Let's see how that works then. We've got a corner here. Sanchez takes. Looking for Martial straight away. Serge Aurier. We've recovered well here, and Young's won the ball back perfectly. Lindelof and Bailly back to their positions in no time. Here is Sanchez looking to run at Aurier, and he's still got it. Finds Lingard! Jesse Lingard has scored for United at Wembley again. It's 1-0. What a move. Sanchez did so well here to stay on his feet. Went up one-on-one against Serge Aurier. He got a touch, then won it back. Feeds it across the front of goal, and Lingard hits it first time. Fabrizio did get a touch on it, but the power Lingard put behind it. He goes over and Millie rocks in front of the fans. It's 1-0 then to Manchester United, 70 minutes in. And that goal has been coming from Lingard. Mad how he's always up to score at Wembley. And he's done it again here today. Sanchez to Dyer. How do Spurs respond? Here is Christian Eriksen. David De Gea did get a touch. He could have left that. It was going out for a goal kick anyway. Christian Eriksen to take the corner for Spurs. It's in for Harry Kane. Eric Dyer cleared from Fellaini. Oh, and it's fallen for Martial. Martial! Oh, that is just wonderful. It's 2-0. And I think that goal has now well and truly put the game to bed. What a counter. Fellaini's ball hoofed up the field. Martial getting the better of Aurier. And his pace just sees him through. Great marksmanship. Just slots it past Fabrizio. And it's 2-0 to Manchester United. They've made changes now. Moussa Dembele and Dele Alli coming on. They're going a bit more attacking now. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to take Pogba off. We need him fresh for our next game against Liverpool. And we're going to bring on Andreas Pereira. Here is Matic then to Pogba. Oh, and that's the end of that highlight. So Pereira comes on then. Let's see what he can bring. Pogba's done really well, reaching a 7.0 rating. Andreas has got a free kick here. Has another go and he's hit the post. That'd have been really nice if he'd have got the third and probably final goal of this game. Sanchez chasing the ball down. Fellaini with his dominant presence on the pitch, trying to pressurise them. Young, poor header away. It's fallen for Lucas. And that block has found Andreas Pereira. Feeds it out to the left for Anthony Martial. He's on the move again. It's another good ball into the box! And Jesse Lingard has made it 3-0. He's scored 2 goals today here at Wembley. He's on for a hat-trick with just 10 minutes to go. That's it. It's all over for Spurs. There's no way back into this. Martial has completely changed this game. But Jesse Lingard, the finisher, the punisher, makes it 3-0. Serge Aurier down to 6.0 rating. We're going to bring on Mason Greenwood then. Might as well. The game is done. We've pretty much won the EFL Cup here. And Sanchez, he's played his part perfectly today. He has been a distraction. And he has ruined the likes of Serge Aurier, who is down to 6 points here. It's just madness. Anthony Martial, though, you can't fault him. Coming off the bench for the second half, Harry Kane. Where have you been today for Spurs? I think the security will want to empty the pockets of both Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof to see if they can find him before they leave Wembley today. And here is Greenwood. Not the best of touches, not the best of passes. That's okay, it's his first final for United in the first team. We're going to go to TV then for the final minutes of the game. Let's see how we get on recording this then. See how it comes out once I've rendered it. And we get to see the celebration as well. Here's Matic back to Lindelof. We're just messing with Spurs now. Can we go and get a fourth? Here is Fellaini. Finds Lingard! Oh, he deserved a hat-trick there. His performance today deserves a hat-trick. He deserved that third goal. He deserved to make it 4-0. And that's pretty much it. Spurs are dead in the water. It's game over. Blow the whistle, ref. You might as well. Eriksen whips it in. Bay with the header away. Fellaini there. Feeds it out wide to Martial. Maybe one more chance. No, Sanchez comes barging in. There is the final whistle. It's all over here. Manchester United are EFL Cup champions. We've reclaimed the trophy off Man City. They are no longer the holders. Manchester United are, after beating Spurs 3-0 once again this season here at Wembley. We did it against them in the Premier League, and we've done it again here today, thanks to that man Jesse Lingard being in inspired form today. Spurs were poor once again. There we go, you can see me holding the EFL Cup aloft. Although I'd rather the players be holding that instead of me. I'd rather them be celebrating it, really. So there we go, there's the confirmation then. Apparently our pivotal match was that 1-0 away win to Hull City in the EFL Cup. Should have been more in that game, really, but there we go, Manchester United lift the EFL Cup. So first piece of silverware done and won this season. We've now just got to focus on the Premier League. Got to get us back to winning that trophy. That's the most important one. That is our bread and butter. And I'm going to set myself a challenge. I'm going to try and win our first ever quadruple. We've done the EFL Cup now. Just going to go ahead and praise Jesse Lingard. He was superb in front of goal last time out. He appreciates that. His morale is perfect. That's really good to see. If morale is good, results will be good. And winning that EFL Cup has now put us into the Europa League for next season. But we're not aiming for that. We want the Champions League. But as I was saying, I know it's not the biggest competition to win, but I'm going to look to use this win in the EFL Cup as a platform now to maybe go on and win the Premier League and even the Champions League. I want the FA Cup as well. So then, that is going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Join me for the next one. It's a Northwest derby. United against Liverpool. See you there.